you're Latino, I have a question for you. When you were in school, did an adult imply that you didn't have what it takes to make it in school or in your education? Like, did you ever hear anything like, you're smart, but maybe you should consider a trade? Or, you're smart, but I don't think you can get into college. Maybe they implied that your parents didn't care enough to show up to parent-teacher night at school. Or maybe they implied that because you didn't speak English or didn't speak it well, you weren't smart enough. Yeah, so that's called culturally deficient thinking or cultural deficit thinking. It has been baked into how Latinos experience school for generations. But today, I'm going to give you language and vocabulary to help you flip that script. Welcome back to Latino Studies 101. I'm your professor, Dr. Esther Trujillo, and today we're talking about Tara Yoso's article, Whose Culture Has Capital? So the first thing that I want you to take from this article that you're reading is her engagement with the concept of critical race theory. Critical race theory is a way of understanding how racism works outside of interpersonal relationships and how it's imbued into systems. And those systems can include laws, institutions, and general guidelines and practices. CRT comes out of legal studies and it says, hey, maybe the system isn't broken. Maybe it's functioning exactly the way it was designed to. Anyway, Tara Yoso uses critical race theory to help us rethink how we understand whose knowledge has value and whose values are seen as legitimate in institutions like schools. One of the other concepts that's a little complex in this article is the concept of cultural capital. So French sociologist Pierre Bourdieu argued that cultural capital is a set of attitudes, values, and beliefs, as well as skills that help people function in society. And those skills are basically what the dominant group says are valuable. So in our society today, the things that are valuable are knowing how to write a resume, developing an appreciation for classical music or tennis, and learning how to network with the right people at brunch. And so Yoso argues that Bourdieu's argument centers elite, white, and middle-class norms. So guess who gets left out? Me, you. So anyways, here comes Yoso and she's like, nah, our culture, our values, our skill sets, the things that we know how to do are important too. They have capital too. You're just not measuring it right. Instead of saying that Latinos and other minoritized communities lack something, Yoso flips the question and says, what are the strengths that we have that are being overlooked? She calls this concept community cultural wealth. She identifies 6 types of community cultural capital that often go ignored in schools. So real quick, I'm going to read you my notes on what the 6 are. All right. First is aspirational capital. That's holding on to hope, dreams for the future. And that's even when the odds are stacked against you, right? You still believe, you still have faith. Number 2 is linguistic capital. These are the skills that you have from being multilingual. That includes